Welcome to Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions, integrated campus, Hyderabad, structural engineering, one reinforcement concrete. I'm Dr. Himesh Babu, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. In this video, I am going to explain codal provisions for design of compression members. Now, effective length. In previous video, we studied what is the requirements for as per 25.3. Now, what is effective length? The vertical distance between the points of the inflection of the compression member in the buckled configuration in a plane is termed as effective length. That is, without buckling, it should not failure. Buckling means it should not failure. I will show that figure. Depends upon the type of end of restraint. This is class 2, and where K is ratio of effective length to the unsupported lengths. So here K is LE equal to K into L. So you will see class 25.2 here. If you see class 25.2 here, what is effective length? Here, effective length of the compression member, LEF columns may be obtained as described in Annexure 3 of this IS 456. We will see what is that. Here, Annexure, if you go for Annexure A, see always you should use this IS 456 so that you will understand in a better way. If you see Annexure, this is table, Annexure E, right? See, yes, this is C, and if you go for D and E, see D related to slabs. See, this effective length, how you are going to calculate this effective length is given in IS 456 as per codal provisions. Effective length is given by this graph. Effective length ratios for a column in a framework with no sway, that is fixed, inched and inched. See, this is ratio beta 1, beta 2. This is given by using different this formula, and where you determine stability Q. These formulas from these derived again one chart effective length for a column without restraint against sway. This is different, two different um, this graphs. Finally, they have given one table which is very important table in the design of columns to find the effective length, right? This table is itself indicates effective length of compression member. This is having very important role in design of compression members. We should know effective length of that compression member. For that, we should know the conditions. If you look at this first in this table, this is the main is degree of end restraint to compression member. This, if you see first one, effectively held in position and restrained against rotation in both ends. That means both ends are fixed. So this condition, if you see this one, both ends are fixed. Then what is the effective length? We have to consider according to codal provision, that is IS 456 table 28. This is theoretical value, you have to consider 0.5 L. So your unsupported length is, suppose this is L, your effective length is point L, 0.5 L theoretically. Suppose this is 6 meters. Suppose this is 6 meters. Okay. Suppose that is this length is 6 meters. Here, if you see 6 meters, if you see 6 meters is your effective length, that is multiplied by 0.5, you will get 3 meters. This is 3 meters. Now if you see this is equal to 3 meters. So effective length here is become half of the your unsupported length. Okay, this is total L from here to here L. So in this way we have to calculate. Okay, but always we have to consider this recommended value in the problems. We'll do this problem recommended values. Okay, recommended value is 0.65. This is safer side. Theoretically you can take this one, but codal provision says recommended value is given 0.6L5. As for in the previous example here, say 0.65 into, say, suppose column unsupported length is 6, you calculate 6, right? And here if you have yeah, see, you have calculator, right? See, if here if you calculate 0.65 into 6 meter, that is 3.9 meters. Here is equal to 3.9 meters. So this is recommended value. Actually, if theoretical value is only how much you got, 3 meters, but here you got 3.9 meters. Okay, so this is the difference between theoretical and recommended value. Always recommended value will be more than theoretical value for safer side of design. This is given by IS 456 codal provisions table 28, that is class E3. Okay, now so you must remember these important conditions. Okay, first one, effectively held in position and restrained against rotation in both sides, that is fixed ends, like column fixed by, suppose say at the center column fixed both ends. So here effective length is calculated from this equation for compression of members, that is LE effective is equal to 0.5 L theoretical value, but generally you remember this recommended value only, LEF equal to 0.065 L. So this is a very important condition generally we will use in our examinations. Now second condition, what is second condition? If you second condition, effectively held in position at both and restrained against rotation at one end. Say, if you see this condition, okay, if you for this one, here one is fixed, okay, one is restrained and against rotation at one end. Here rotation is one end, okay, not restrained. Okay, effectively in position at both end, restrained against rotation one end. One end is not restrained for rotation. Okay, see, column is here, but there is a chance of rotation. Okay, this condition. So this is second condition. In problems you will see these condition. The one is held in position both ends. Only one end is restrained against rotation. Rotation means, so there it will fix, but this is chance of rotation. So then what will happen? This theoretical value increases to 0.7 L. Now, if you take, for example, same 0.6 meters, so here 0.6 into, right, what is here 0.7, right, 7 into your 6 meters, you will get how much? 4 point. You have to calculate 4.2 meters for theoretical value, but you will have to consider recommended value. Recommended value is how much? So 0.8, 0.8. Say for example, 6 is unsupported, 6 meters is unsupported length, into 6 is equal to 4.8 meter. So how much difference is there for restrained rotation against both ends, and one end, if one end is not restrained, okay, here you will get 4.8 meters. Okay, see, in this way we have to calculate effective depth as per class 25.3, and that is 28.3. Okay, see, this table 28 we have to use for the conditions. Okay, see, today we will learn in this video two conditions, how to calculate it. You must remember these two values. Generally they will ask you these questions in competitive examinations, and these are very useful in the calculations of problems. Today we will see some more conditions in the next video. Thank you.